All right, so we've been talking about hand technique. Welcome to Systems Within Systems. You can check me out on all the different sites. Also, I'm promoting Patreon, which I go deeper into this stuff and more into the graphics of it. So we went through a whole thing on the different hand techniques, tiger claw, eagle claw, and stuff. I want to talk a little bit about striking and how you strike with them. And I think we'll start out with palm strikes a little bit. We talked a little bit about it, but I want to emphasize on that a little bit more, and then we'll go from there to the other one. So there'll be a series of short videos, as short as I possibly can make them on it. But I want to make a point, and I've already made it in prior videos as well. When you hit with something, with a palm, or eagle claw, or praying mantis, or any of these type of hits that you're going to be doing, they all comes down to a pinpoint. So even if you're throwing a fist, as you're throwing a fist, you're not going to be hitting with the whole fist, or hitting with the knuckles per se. You're going to be hitting with different sections of the fist. So as you're throwing a punch, and you're coming out with a punch, you kind of have to know, or have a sense of what is going to be making the initial contact with the body, with the person's body. And it comes into a lot of emotional awareness and of the self and how you're going to be throwing that. So it gets into a lot of other philosophical ways of working and getting to know your body more as well to actually work with open hand technique. So how you concentrate and where you're concentrating on hitting and targeting becomes very important in all types of techniques. So even a fist is hitting with smaller placements of the fist. You're not hitting with the whole fist. That takes a lot of the power out of the fist, even if you're just knocking with somebody. And we've seen people where they're just getting hit and clobbered and they're still able to get up from that. So those little points I want to bring out. And so I thought we'll start with the palms, but before we start with that, I'd like to go through some hand strengthening techniques. So there are some really simple ways to strengthen your hands. So a lot of people, they'll do fingertip push-ups, right? And fingertip push-ups are good, but if you're doing a fingertip push-up and you're like this on a fingertip push-up, this way. Can you see that okay, Vic? Mm-hmm. You're like this. So you're like this on the ground, and what you're doing here is you're actually not strengthening the hands up. You're actually stretching them out more. So the way to really get to strengthen your hands, not even actually doing the push-up. You get the 2-finger push-ups and whatnot, and they show different strength levels of an individual doing that, but it's really not strengthening the fingers and the whole hand grip that you want. So what you want to do, if you're doing a fingertip push-up, is you want to bend all of these fingers. You see how they're bent? And then you bend this one here a little bit. You don't have to have that same bend. And now you put your body weight this way. So it's not really important. You guys that are really strong and have a lot of strength in that way can actually do a push-up with it, but it's just holding that position that's going to strengthen the hands. You're not stretching or overstretching the tendons and ligaments by pushing yourself down. You're actually particularly just working on the hands. This way isn't bad, all right? It is pushing out, but it's not really strengthening the hands. You want to get your hands stronger, and this is why you want to come more this way. If you guys have the energy to do that, that's great, right? Just holding that position, okay? All right, so that's one way. The other way is taking different parts of the exercises that you're doing, even palm striking. So if I'm doing a palm strike, I'm not just going like this here. I'm putting presence in my hands. So I'm taking this, and you can see my hands start to get all this muscle build up. Start moving into my fingers, moving in, I'm pushing my blood through it, and I'm creating presence. So right from here, you could see the hands start to change. All the muscles start coming out and coming into it. I'm pushing it out. So I have a presence. I'm not just simply going this way. All right? A good way to start practicing presence is to practice the simple hand techniques that you're doing. So you could be coming out this way here, right? This way here. So we talk about like just coming out and grabbing, and you're creating that whole hand structure and movement with it, right? Right? If I do eagle claw, I'm coming this way here, hook, this way here, this way here. So I'm starting to really change the formation of my hand from just the regular, and then all the muscle groups start to come in and you start working it, which gives a much more stronger presence in doing that. And another simple exercise is what I like to call grabbing the money, right? You're going this way here. Your hands are straight. You're working on these muscles in here, right? You're just grabbing the money. And then you turn it upside down, grab the money, right? But you gotta go fully out and open, right? Coming in here, grabbing the money. And coming back out here, grabbing the money, right? So you can have these different positions where you're doing that, which help fortify these muscle groups, which is really where your punching power comes from, and also strengthening your hands. So I thought the first section, we just do a little take on how to work the hands before we actually go into striking. Thanks for watching.